Reynolds.
President. Today, over 4.3 million Australians live with a disability. Since its implementation in 2013, the NDIS has grown to transform the lives of over 540,000 Australians with significant and permanent disability. But the NDIS was never ever designed or intended to be the sole provider of disability support in Australia. Today there is genuine and justified long-standing concern across our nation on the absence of insurance coverage for people who are victims of catastrophic incidents but are not eligible for the NDIS, and that is that they are aged over 65 years old. Last week we've heard about the class action prepared by Mitri lawyers regarding the exclusion of over 65s from the NDIS. This is not a new issue. In 2011, the Productivity Commission recommended the establishment of two separate but complementary insurance schemes: the NDIS, which we know was implemented, but also the NIIS, the National Injury Insurance Scheme. The NDIS, as we all know, was implemented, but only part of the NIIS has been implemented so far by states and territories. At that time, it was proposed that the NIIS would cover four categories of catastrophic injuries: workplace accidents, motor vehicle accidents, medical injury accidents and general accidents, including sporting injuries and falls and the like. Now, to date, all states and territories have implemented the workplace and motor vehicle streams. In 2017, COAG made the decision not to proceed with the medical injury stream. Sadly, the general accident stream, while COAG agreed it should proceed, has not been progressed further by any state or territory. So now, if a person is aged over 65, and is met with a catastrophic injury, they have to seek support through the aged care and the health sectors. And as we've heard very publicly, this is particularly difficult for Australians who do not have the financial means to support themselves. This general accident stream was designed to be a scheme for somebody over 65 who's had a fall off their roof or they've had a sporting injury. So this week I wrote to the Treasurer raising my concerns about this issue, and I reiterated the need for another scheme that works alongside the NDIS to provide disability support for those who suffer so-called general catastrophic accidents. And in my letter to the Treasurer, I did note three options that I saw for the Commonwealth to consider how to move forward on this matter. While the Commonwealth does not have an ability to force the states and territories to do this, I do see three options for the Commonwealth to consider. The first option is the Commonwealth to work together with states and territories to establish the Catastrophic Accident Scheme as a standalone scheme as per the original Productivity Commission's recommendations. The second option is to agree with states and territories on what constitutes a catastrophic accident and get them to reimburse the NDIS costs of those particular participants in line with the motor vehicle and workplace accident streams which are already in operation. This would effectively create the NIIS within the NDIA, but again take funding pressure off the scheme. The third option that I see is to renegotiate the intergovernmental agreements themselves with states and territories to increase contributions to the NDIS, given their failure to establish that scheme. And I do remain deeply concerned, Mr Acting Deputy President, that after 10 years of deliberation and inaction, we do not yet have this category of general accident no-fault support for Australians over 65. It is time for our nation to address this gap and implement the general accident stream particularly for the over 65s.